Hello friends, welcome to VFX Pipeline channel, and in this video we will see FFmpeg and what you can do with FFmpeg. There are a few live example which I will give you with FFmpeg utility or a software or a command line tool, whatever you can say. It's very useful when you want to do something with your videos, images, and it's very helpful in VFX Pipeline. So let's see what this FFmpeg is and how we can utilize this FFmpeg inside VFX Pipeline and VFX Studios. Okay, so before start, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please guys just subscribe. This will appreciate me to create a lot of useful videos for you guys. Okay, so let me just give you one understanding of what kind of thing I'm going to do here. So guys, right now I'm working on an app and it's a full-fledged app. I will just give you a overview of that app. So this is basically a media converter where you can put the video and it will convert to image sequence, and there are so many operations that you can do with that. Okay, and also you can see full information about your video, and if it is converted then entire log will be displayed. And as you can see here, this is FFmpeg log. So FFmpeg is the backend of this main app, this app which we are seeing here, correct? So that's why I think that I picked this topic that before I make a video tutorial on how you can create these kind of app. It's better to give you an understanding of how you can use FFmpeg, because that is the backbone of this application. Also, let's say if I give you some idea about that, you can convert movie, transform, convert movie to image sequence, and image sequence to movie, audio conversion, add notes to movie. So there are many things that you can do with that, and all this thing is possible because of FFmpeg. So guys, that's the main reason I picked this topic to create a video for you guys. Okay, now let's just jump to our IDE to see what are the FFmpeg operations that we are going to use. I will show you one by one, and same you can also follow me. So before start, if you haven't downloaded FFmpeg, you can go to ffmpeg.org and you can download. Click on download, and whatever operating system you are using, Linux, Windows or Mac, you can just go. For Windows, you can just go and click on Windows build and download. I'm using Windows here, so just follow with me on Windows. The commands will be same for other operating systems. Okay, so let's just back to our IDE. So the first thing is, let's say if we want to see all the codecs available with the FFmpeg version that you have, for that the command is very simple. All you have to type is FFmpeg codec. Okay, let me just run this function for you. Get FFmpeg, get codecs, and run this. So guys, one thing that I want to mention here is I'm using Python, and using Python I'm executing some standard commands. Okay, because the thing is I'm working on an app where I need to see this output, I need to catch this output and populate inside the user interface, or maybe from UI on button push this commands will execute. But you can actually copy this command and go to standard command prompt and you type there FFmpeg codec. The result will be same. Here we are seeing in the PyCharm terminal or console and output console, and here we are seeing in the standard command prompt. So this is exactly same. I just execute this using sub process. Okay, so using FFmpeg codec, we can see how what are the codecs available with FFmpeg, and this is very useful when you want to convert, for example, some MPEG4 or maybe MPJPEG or MPJPEG. So this all, I mean, as you can see, there are many codecs available here, correct? Okay, now let's just jump to our second. If we want to see how many formats are available, so for that the command is FFmpeg formats. Okay, let me just run this also. Get formats and run this. Okay, so these are the formats which is available with FFmpeg in version which I have right now. Okay, and also you can see that when you go on the top, it will show you the exact version which you have. So right now I'm using this, the version. Okay, so now we know that how we gonna get all the formats and all the codecs. Now let's just go with the real game of FFmpeg. Let's see. I will show you one folder here, and in this folder I have a image sequence here, and in this image sequence is basically a smoke which I just create play blast in Houdini. And now I want to make a movie out of this play blast, so I can just put it anywhere, wherever I want. Okay, so I have an image sequence, and that image sequence I want to convert to MOV. This is my task. So for that, what you can use is there's the command here. So what you have to do is first start with FFmpeg, and then you need to provide the frame rate. So in my case, the frame rate I want is 24 frames per second. And then you need to provide input, which is input of the file, which is our image sequence here, and the output. When you provide the input, let's say like look closely this part. When you provide the input, and let me just open this also, so you can see the naming of my files, view and detail. So in my naming of my each frame, as you can see, there is a padding of 3 numbers. So that's why all you have to do, you have to use your name, and after that use %03D. That will actually for your padding. In your case, it might be 4 numbers, or it might be 5 numbers, or it might be 2 numbers. So based on that, you can change this value and everything will be perfectly fine. Okay, and then you need to provide a output, and output must be a file which is like MOV or MP4, whatever you want. Okay, and then FFmpeg will handle that. So now let's just see and execute this function, convert sequence to MOV, and run this. So when we run this, as you can see that immediately a file is created. As you can see, this all process is already finished, and our MP4 is generated. Just click here and you can see this MP4, our play blast of the smoke is ready in MOV format, MP4 format. Okay, so with that we see how we can convert image sequence to MOV. Now let's just do the revert of this. Okay, let me just delete that, and let's open our this function which is convert MOV to sequence. So here all you have to do is let me just show you both. Here you need to inverse both. Okay, so right now our input is actually the MOV, which is I have one play blast MOV, and this is my play blast MOV, and I want to make frame out of this MOV. Okay, so how are you gonna do that? Let's just take input as a MOV and output as a wherever you can pick a folder name. So right now I have a folder here V001, and inside there you just pick the name what you want. So I just pick the name which is car scene V001, and I want a padding of 3 numbers, which is 001, 002, etc. Correct. Here you no need frame rates, which actually in convert sequence to MOV is required, but here you cannot. So based on how many frames available in MOV, it will automatically split that. Let's just see the output here. Convert movie to sequence and run. So now as you can see that now all frames are generating through FFmpeg, and FFmpeg is still working because our process is not finished yet. And here is the command which you can see. If you can just directly run inside command prompt also, the result will be the same. I'm just running this inside Python IDE. Okay, so I'm done. I see that there is a 101 frame, and all frames are already exported out of MOV. So it's very handy, useful in terms of like whenever you want to create some pipeline tools or to convert image sequence to movie or movie to image sequence. That's very helpful. But this is not the exact use case where exactly you need to create some image sequence out of MOV. Maybe sometime you need to just get one single image which is for thumbnail, right? If you have any MOV and you want to create a thumbnail, that is something a very clear use case. So for that I created one function here which is get thumbnail. all you have to do is you need to provide a input MOV or AVI or whatever movie file, and then output will be where you want to save your thumbnail. So then the command will be FFmpeg and then input your file name, and then you need to provide the frame, which frame number that you want, and also the time, which time frame that you want. And then you can provide the size, which is right now I want 640 360, which will be optimized for putting inside thumbnails. Okay, so even my MOV is HD 1920 1080, as you can see this. And but I don't want my thumbnail should be that 1080p version. Okay, so let's just see how this will create. Get thumbnail, and this time let's just run this. And for now I will just run this inside manual terminal. So here I have the command, copy and go to command prompt, and just to demonstrate one here, and I executed here, and as you can see here the thumbnail is created. You get it? Here is the thumbnail. It's 640 360. Okay, and then you can use this for your purpose. And also in my application here, when I run this, and here you can see on each preview I capture one thumbnail here, which is, let's just add a task and select source and play blast, select destination, maybe same, and yes, AVI, and add task added. And here you can see that I have my play blast thumbnail is generated here, and the actual video is here, so I can play here. So guys, there will be a lot of fun coming when I will show you how you can create this app, and you can see how this entire app is working with all those cool features. And my idea for this app is to make a queue based conversion list, so where if you have like multiple shots that you want to convert, so you no need to wait and execute one by one all these commands. So this application, you can put all your files, and it will be work like a render farm software, so where you can actually put a lot of files for queuing inside conversion. And then it will also, you can pause or start. So basically you can select and you can start, stop, and view source, view output, or remove task. So there will be many other options. Also FFmpeg provide us to capture screen options like streaming options. That's what also my goal is to actually add inside this application, where you can start, stop you can view your webcam, and you can put start web recording. And streaming is also the aim, but let's see what we can use with the FFmpeg. So I hope you guys understand what core FFmpeg idea is, and when I will create this video for making how to make media lab, then you will get much better understanding about how FFmpeg is working. Okay, so you guys don't miss the video series which I'm going to make on Media Lab Pro. For that, please go and subscribe my VFX Pipeline channel, because that series will be coming soon. Okay, thank you guys. I will see you in my next videos.